dit derde congres Meet Magento 2011. A very warm welcome to our international guest, Baruch Toledano over there and Bob Schwartz over there, yes, and other friends from the United States. My name is Anoushka Lahey and I will be your Congress moderator for today. We will do it in Dutch, but you will all know that of course. We gaan verder gewoon in het Nederlands. Vandaag krijgt u een heel uitgebreid programma. U krijgt van alles te horen over Magento, de nieuwe ontwikkelingen, maar ook hoe u Magento verder kunt gebruiken. Ik zei het al, mijn naam is Anoushka Lahey en ik ben gewoon gevraagd als dagvoorzitter vandaag. Ik ben wel heel erg benieuwd wie er in de zaal zit, want we hebben een beetje 3 doelgroepen die vandaag aanwezig kunnen zijn. En misschien kunt u even uw hand opsteken als u hier zit als ontwikkelaar. Wie van u is echt hardcore ontwikkelaar binnen de software? Oké. En wie van u implementeert Magento? Wie van u is meer een organisatie, een bedrijf die Magento implementeert? Oké, ja. En wie van u is gewoon eindgebruiker? Wie van u heeft een webshop en maakt gebruik? Nou, volgens mij is het best een aardige verdeling. In ieder geval voor ieder wat wil, zet een uit het programma. Je kunt alles lezen in het programmaboekje. En ik wil graag de eerste spreker in dat kader ook aankondigen. Nog even voor duidelijkheid, op de website www.meetmagento.nl, daar kunt u vandaag, of daar kunt u over een week alle presentaties vinden die vandaag worden gehouden, alle handouts. Dus u kunt meeschrijven, maar u kunt het ook gewoon even wachten en het daar vervolgens op terugvinden. En als u nog allerlei vragen heeft van organisatorische aard, dan kunt u bij de registratiebalie terecht. Goed, aandacht voor Guido Jansen. Guido, oprichter van Magento. En jij bent al voor de 3e maal de organisator van dit event. En jij gaat ons meer vertellen over het programma en over de achtergronden van dit congres. Graag een applaus voor Guido Jansen.
Ik ga jullie even door het programma heen loodsen en dan zal daarna de keynote van Magento plaatsvinden. Dit zijn onze sponsoren van vandaag. Meet Magento. Dit is hoe de ticketsale de afgelopen jaren is gegaan. We hebben dit jaar weer ruim 100 aanmeldingen meer dan vorig jaar, dus voor de volgende keer zullen we een andere locatie moeten gaan vinden. Anders past het allemaal niet meer. Nou, wie bezoeken dit event nou? Nou, Anoushka heeft net al even jullie handjes laten opsteken. En het klopte ook al ongeveer, zag ik. Dit is wat we jullie gevraagd hebben bij ticketregistratie. Hoe kom je naar Magento als wat? Ongeveer de helft is eindgebruiker, deel ontwikkelaar, groot deel en ook leveranciers 15% ongeveer. De interesse, waar gaat je interesse uit? Extensies, forms development vooral en cases. Nou, die cases dat komt ook mooi uit, want we hebben dit jaar maar liefst 7 van weten te vinden. Erg gave cases, ook de grootste Magento shop ter wereld, Furet.com, komt hier toelichting geven over hun shop. Even een vraagje aan jullie. Wat denken jullie dat aan mij de meest gestelde vraag is van, komt dat op Magento? Schiet maar. Niet allemaal tegelijk?
Nee, ik kwam Magento mee.
Ja, klopt. Eén van de vele vragen, maar het was niet de meest gestelde vraag. Iets met Magento Go. Precies. Deze. Nou, ze kunnen een borst nat maken, maar Baruch zal jullie er hopelijk meer over vertellen. Dat programma ziet er als volgt uit. Jullie hebben allemaal een programmaboekje in jullie tasjes gekregen. Er staat het ook in. Golf even beginnen met de keynote en daarna de eerste pauze. Daarna zijn de parallelsessies in de subzalen en hier. Daarna de lunch in de zaal waar ook de sponsoren staan, waar jullie net doorheen gelopen zijn. Dan de volgende ronde parallelsessies. Weer een pauze om 3 uur. Dan de laatste parallelsessies. En de laatste keynote van Baruch. Daarna een Magento giveaway, de netwerkborrel en om 6 uur een Partner Summit. Nou, die Partner Summit zal Magento en Michel vooral de partners gaan toespreken. Het is een besloten meeting voor alle partners in Nederland. Als jullie tijdens het event op Twitter of foto's maken, maak dan gebruik van deze hashtag, dan kan iedereen dat ook mooi volgen. Onze sponsoren, zonder deze sponsoren had het event niet plaats kunnen vinden. Met name wil ik Realfine, voor Dealer Exact en Immovision daarvoor ook nog hartelijk bedanken. Die Magento giveaway aan het eind van de dag, na de keynote van Baruch zal die plaatsvinden. Dan geven we allemaal goodies weg, onder andere die helikopter. Maar we geven ook licenties weg met Magento gerelateerde zaken, extensies. We geven een trainingsprogramma van Magento weg. In totaal iets van ruim €10.000 aan prijzen, dus wel de moeite waard om daar voor te blijven. Iedereen die aanwezig is, die dient mee naar de prijs. Dat was mijn introductie. Dan geef ik graag het woord weer aan Anoushka. Dankjewel.
Jij noemde dit wel eventjes, maar hoe dingen de mensen mee naar de prijzen? Door gewoon hier aanwezig te zijn, moeten ze nog wat extra's doen?
We hebben van iedereen een naam en een mailadres en iedereen heeft een ticket, die hebben we al uitgeprint en die doen we in een bak en die gaan we aan het eind gewoon wegstrekken.
Oké, dus het is vooral zaak dat iedereen ook echt blijft, maar goed, aan het programma zal niet liggen.
Aan het programma zal het zeker niet.
Dat is interessant genoeg. Oké, aan mij de eer om de volgende keynote aan u aan te kondigen. In uw programmaboekje staat Michel Gozens, de Vice President of EMEA van Magento. Maar we are very honored to have, where are you? Oh, there, yes, Bob Swartz. You told me you're just a guy and you were on the airport and you thought, okay, let's join the Congress. But you are actually the president of Magento, and I will give you a very warm welcome. And for all the audience, please put your hands together for Bob Swartz.
So just one moment here while we adjust a little. Yeah. So how's everyone's English? Good? Thank you, because my Dutch is not. So, you good? Yeah, thank you. So first I want to thank a couple people. Number one, I want to thank Michel for giving up his speaking slot today. We'll go through a little bit of the conversation and you'll find out that we rolled back and forth. Roy Rubin really wanted to be here, and we have, he'll join us later today by video. But we've gone back and forth, and I know Michelle is going to speak, and he'll be here, and we'll introduce more of the team a little bit later. But I did want to thank Michelle for giving up the spot. He's a great speaker, and if you get a chance to either see him live on stage or speak to him later, he's good. Also wanted to thank Guido very much. Guido is passionate about Magento, and we love Guido, and we love your passion for it, so thank you very much for it. I also, before we get going, sponsorship. You guys are more than our sponsors. You're our partners in business, and it's how we're successful. So the last group that I want to thank is everybody here for making Magento successful. Magento is a platform, a true platform. Our success is just a small part compared to your success, right? And we would not be as successful without your efforts, so I appreciate that. So let's get to the conversation. Today, this is what we're going to speak about. We're going to speak about speed. We're going to speak about it in a couple different ways. First, I'm going to talk to you about a personal experience that I had just recently when I landed here in Europe, and then I'm also going to talk about how speed and e-commerce and the internet, what we're seeing out there today, and how it applies to Magento. So first, my personal experience. I love my time in Europe. We have very impressive partners here. The community is fantastic. We have very innovative concepts come out of Europe. If you follow some of the blogs and things, I learn more about some of the innovative concepts in retailing and e-tailing throughout Europe than I do in the United States. It's fascinating. Europe overall has been a long-time partner of Magento. I say long time. We're not so old. We're 3-4 years old, but it's a long time to us. And we've built some great relationships here. So I arrived Saturday. I flew in from Los Angeles to Paris. I went from Paris to Munich. I went from Munich to Leipzig. And I land, and my friend Thomas picks me up at the airport, and he goes, hey, I have an idea for you. Your partner, your associate, Baruch, just landed in Berlin. He goes, do you want to go to Berlin and back? And it's about an hour and a half drive, and we can go pick up Baruch and drive back an hour and a half. I'm like, I just flew 17 and a half hours to get here, and you want me to drive back and forth? I said, no, take me to the hotel. He says, you may change your mind. So we go to the car he rented. This Autobahn thing. This is very good. So he's right. He did change my mind. It was fantastic. I did change my mind. And what happened? Yeah, I'd like to say that I can't tell you how I got that photo, but this was me. So in the United States, we part of the enjoyment of driving on the Autobahn and feeling the speed was not only the exhilaration of doing it, but in some sense the guilt of doing it too. Because in the United States, all my years, anytime you try to speed, you're getting away with something. It's cheating. The law's going to get you. You're going to get. So here I am going 255 kilometers per hour. And in the back of my mind, not only is this fun, but I feel like a kid getting away, stealing candy. And it was a great time. I love Germany, and the experience was fantastic. But there's one thing. This is different than the United States. So we pull over at a gas station, and Thomas goes, we need to get some gas before we head back, and Baruch was going to drive back. And we pull over at the gas station, and Thomas was very nice to pick me up. He rented the car. Thomas, I will pay for the gas. And I was like, holy moly, that's $210 fill up. So that was my first experience landing here with speed. But look, I love Europe and that Autobahn thing. That's good. So here's what I want to do. I want to take a look at speed overall, continue this theme, and before we jump into what it means for Magento, I want to pull back and actually look at what's going on in e-commerce and the internet overall. So here's the conversation that's happening today. You cannot walk anywhere without somebody saying, you need to have a social strategy. You need to have social strategy. Facebook, you need fan page, you need Twitter. everybody keeps talking about this, and there's those that know what they're doing, and there's a lot of people that don't quite know what they're doing around there. But what's really going on, and what you're seeing through this is they talk about it as, is your social strategy, and through this we're seeing companies grow very, very quickly, faster than ever before. Okay, but what's really going on? I don't want, if people talk about social strategy, I want to actually pull way up and talk about how and why this is happening. So this is how commerce and this is how social originated. And what it's all about is me having a conversation with Michelle. We talk, we build trust, we build friendship like we're all doing here today. And then I would leave and I would go tell some other friends. I met this gentleman, Michelle. He's very good. He knows what he's doing. Baruch is a good friend. And we would spread it this way. But we would spread it one at a time. And it was built on two things. The information I got from Michelle and the trust I had in that information, or the trust I had from Michelle. And when we look at selling things online, or not online, but in general, I think we've all learned when we talk to people that there's products that come in two different flavors. Very short sales cycles and very long sales cycles. So some very, very large enterprise products are long sales cycles. Sometimes these are couple-year sales cycles out here. Down here, I got to buy underwear. Very short sales cycle. But it's about, over here it's about the product trust, which gets into the information, and over here it's about the people trust. And as you move up and down these continuums from short to long, product trust goes up, people trust goes up. But those are the two things that come together. The other thing that you'll learn, and you see, is something my father taught me long ago. Products are either bought or they're sold. It's pretty much the same thing as that last slide. But in essence, in the United States, if I buy a car, I have to buy auto insurance. That's a bought product. So to me, I want to find the easiest and the lowest price. Over here, for insurance, in the middle is life insurance. I have a baby. I should think about life insurance. I should think about my future. It's neither bought nor sold. I could be pushed either way, but I'm thinking about it. Over here is something that's a more serious type of insurance. It's like long-term care, which is about nursing home and etc. And in the United States we have this. But somebody has to come to me and really press need and benefit and referral. And so you see the same thing going on here. Trust and information. That's how we make those decisions on those continuums. So we talked about social, and we talked about what's going on. We talked about the ability for social means that on Facebook, I can like something. I can literally like something. And I tell all my friends, I like it. And what we're doing when we do that is we're sending to the world information about information, which is about the product, and sometimes a commentary about the product. But over here, because it's coming from me, it's high on trust. So what we've done is we took away the friction, we've compressed time significantly on those sales cycles, bought, sold, short and long. We've pushed those things together. So social to me is about taking down the friction between trust and ease. Social is about trust and ease and information. So what we've done is we've compressed all those things just by making it so easy for me to communicate. If I get online today, I can communicate to probably one link out, maybe 5,000 people instantly. And because they know me or partially know me, I can get a message out there. That's never been there before. We used to have to write letters, we have to read things, we had to meet, we had to talk to people. Mobile allows me to do it all the time. It used to be just 3 years ago, when companies grew slower, we had to go sit on our computer. Now we can do it from here, you can tweet it, you can say, hey, you can, on Facebook, you can check in. And people start to understand, so you can communicate much quicker than before, and certainly always on. So the rules have been changed. They are not being changed, they have been changed. Governments are following in days. Groupon is now the fastest growing company ever out there. The adoption rate of mobile technology, based on months or quarters, is far quicker than anything that's ever happened before. The rules have changed. In the US, when you have vente privée, we have guilt. Vente privée, out of France, actually started this business. But we have guilt, Facebook, and Twitter, all growing faster than companies have ever grown before. And there's one other. We've only been around 3 or 4 years. We're going to go over some data today that you're going to learn about how quickly we're growing. It's unbelievable. So let me share a little bit about this. So we are the fastest growing e-commerce platform, but fastest growing sometimes is defined by percentage. Okay, and you can have 1 and go to 2, and all of a sudden you're at 100% growth. We have big numbers that we're playing against. We have over 100,000 merchants. This slide changes so much. That's a graphic behind it. I do editing on top of it. We have over 100,000 merchants. We have 225 enterprise level or solution partner relationships around the world. We have over 300, I think it's actually 400,000 active members in our community. We have 270 employees, up from 45 less than 2 years ago. We have 270 up from 100 in last December. Okay, our revenues are growing. And by the way, we're a profitable organization, so we're not like some of those old companies that just went out there and hired a lot of people, because that's pretty easy. We're doing it kind of the hard way. And this is one of my favorite, is the word Magento is actually Googled more than the word e-commerce. And has been for a couple years now. So another indicator is we had our Imagine conference in LA. It was our first worldwide conference. We've always had leaders like Guido and Thomas do conferences in geographic areas around the world, but we never had one. We never put the flag in, we never controlled one and put one out there. So we had this. We started it about 90, maybe 100 days in advance. We sold out. We sold out at about 500. We rearranged the room. 650 people sold out. 27 countries. 250-person waiting list. Okay. All this is about speed. It's incredible what's going on today. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's about you. It's why we built this product. It's not about us. We're not pushing a product out there. It's about our relationships with all the people that are in the room, whether you're a merchant, whether you're a solution partner, or whether you're a technology partner. The reason we're growing so fast is we've got information that goes out into your hands, and you guys are the ones that are pulling it forward. It's not just us. It's not just we, the few 270. It's you, the hundreds of thousands that are across there. So before I go any further, Roy Rubin, our CEO and co-founder, he wanted to be here, and what happened along the way was very interesting. Roy always loves being at these events, and he knew long ago that there's some things that we're doing on product with some of the different products that we're doing, that he and Yoav needed to stay in the United States and work on some of those things. We've got, they've been back and forth to Kiev, where we have our development organization, and so he wanted to be here. We said, Michelle, you need to do this. None of us can leave. Then we got closer. He felt guilty. He said, I have to be here. And so literally, I think it was 2 weeks ago, he said he was going to be here. Literally 1 week ago, we all huddled up in the office, and he was like, we can't. I said, well, I'm going to be here. But Roy said he couldn't be here. But he likes these things so much, and he likes to be here, and he knows it's very important. That, what did we choose to do? Well, we're in Los Angeles. So we do what any Los Angeles company would do. We make a movie. So in Los Angeles, we did speed in production. Monday we decided. Tuesday we wrote a script. Wednesday we started to film. Thursday we did some editing. Thursday late, I pulled it down off the internet. Friday I hopped on a plane, and we put together this video to share with you. It's about 15 minutes long, and it's Roy. And anyway, it took a lot of time. We always have a lot of fun in what we do. But I give you the founder and CEO of Magento, Roy Rubin. Sound, please.
Welcome to the Magento headquarters in Los Angeles. I was hoping to be there with all of you, meet Magento this week, but there is so much happening here in LA, all of it to support our future growth and success, that I just couldn't get away. I'm happy to say that we sent a great team to represent us, so you're in good hands. For the next few minutes, I'll show you around our LA HQ and give you an inside look at some of the things we're working on. So let's get started. We have about 80 employees here in our Los Angeles office out of a total workforce of about 270 employees across the world. And the numbers just keep on growing. What's amazing is that all of this started just 4 years ago with a simple question. Can we create a better e-commerce platform? Some of you know the story. I was running a small web development company called Variant. We were building online stores for small businesses and mid-sized businesses using open source software. Business was great, but the software platforms weren't. So Yoav Kuttner and I, our CTO and co-founder, saw an opportunity to create something better. We started the project that became known as Magento. We had a few clear goals when we started: to provide merchants with sophisticated features and flexibility, to empower the e-commerce ecosystem, to embrace the broader community and invite developers and partners to be part of the solution, and to keep innovating to better meet the needs of merchants and consumers. These are the very same principles that still guide us here today. We call this the community wall. These are photographs of actual Magento community members. And this wall for us represents the worldwide community that has been so important to our success. From the time we started building Magento, we've put a lot of energy and resources into fostering a strong community. In just the past several months, we've tripled the number of moderators and are improving the responses in our community forums. We've sponsored and invited our leading community contributors to our Imagine e-commerce conference in Los Angeles. Everyone had a blast. It was a fantastic time. And we streamlined the process for submitting extensions on Magento Connect and are supporting our extension developers from across the world. I'm really excited to announce this week that we're launching a new community resource called Magento Answers. Magento Answers brings the Q&A model to our community as a new tool for collaboration. You can check it out at magento.com/answers. I'm also excited about our upcoming Magento Developers Paradise in Ibiza, in Spain, in early June. We're bringing together over 100 Magento developers from across the world for an incredible experience of all things Magento. I hope you can join us for this unforgettable event. A lot of our focus here in LA is on servicing and supporting our Enterprise Edition customers. The Enterprise Edition drives our business, it generates most of our revenue, and enables us to keep investing in the platform. The list of companies and brands in the Magento Enterprise Edition is incredible, and we're growing that list really fast. We're adding more than 100 new Enterprise Edition customers every single month. That's more than our competitors add in a single year. What's more, we expect to see the first $1 billion store on Magento Enterprise by the end of 2011. We love that the Enterprise Edition provides a growing world of opportunity for partners and developers. Customers want it, partners and developers love it, so we'll keep making the Enterprise Edition even better. Let's talk about the most recent addition to our product lineup. In February, we introduced Magento Go, a fully hosted, turnkey e-commerce solution for merchants who lack the size and technical sophistication to deploy Magento. These are merchants who don't have the resources to engage our partners and don't want to deal with infrastructure or PCI compliance issues. Magento Go gives these small and emerging merchants a SaaS solution that lets them enjoy the benefits of Magento at a price they can afford. Like our deployed products, it's scalable, it's optimized for performance, and it's flexible. And what makes Magento Go even more exciting is the Magento Go platform and the App Store, both of which are coming really soon. The Magento Go platform is a platform as a service solution, which is currently in closed beta. This platform will enable developers to build applications for Magento Go just as you've built applications for our deployed editions. The App Store is the next generation of Magento Connect, a fully transactional e-commerce marketplace. Think of it as the iTunes of e-commerce. Our App Store will simplify the process of connecting merchants with applications and create unprecedented opportunity for developers to reach the world's largest merchant base. Here's the best news. Applications that you create for the Magento Go platform and offer in the Magento App Store will not only work for Magento Go, but will work across all of our products. How awesome is that? Another thing we love about Magento Go is that it's teaching us about scaling Magento in the SaaS environment to new heights. The things we learned from Magento Go are helping us improve our community, professional, and enterprise editions. The pieces of the product ecosystem are strengthening each other. We're creating a future in which merchants, partners, and developers can move seamlessly between multiple deployment models. And this will help position Magento at the core of e-commerce, wherever e-commerce is happening. We've talked about some of our key products. Now let's talk about how we support our products. This is our LA support area, part of our growing worldwide support team. We've actually tripled our support team in the last 6 months. We've improved our support resolution time by over 40%, and we're now supporting our customers in multiple languages, including German, French, and Spanish. Most importantly, the quality has increased dramatically. Our fantastic team is able to resolve issues in the first call to the tune of 94% of issues reported for some of our products. And we'll keep improving our support so that our customers and partners can receive the quality that they expect. This is the Creative Cave. Designers and UI, UX team members working on enhancing the Magento brand and our product's user experience. They're working on some really cool and exciting projects like our new App Store, or as we often call it, the Magento Connect 2.0 project. They're working on our new Magento.com website, which we hope to launch later this year. The developer experience in reading and learning and developing apps for the Magento Go platform is another one of their projects here. Community tools and resources such as our new Answers product. Infographics and visualization of data and information. And they're working on our new destination site for our one-of-a-kind, must-attend conference, the Imagine e-commerce conference. This group is so cool, and if you want to see the bleeding edge in creativity, this is the place to be. As you know, we've been growing at an incredible pace. We moved into our current facility in August of 2010 and have already maxed out the space. I'm standing here in the next building we've taken over. This is the building that's going to house the continued growth of Magento in Los Angeles. We finished our first phase a few weeks ago, which is now Magento U, and we'll go take a look at that right now. Let's go. This is the home of our training program, Magento U. We know that demand for Magento developers is skyrocketing, so we've expanded our training courses to help support that demand. We've been holding classes monthly in the US and Europe, and we've been to Brussels, to Berlin, to Paris, and classes are being held in London this month. We're also holding regular classes here in LA and in cities all around the United States. Since launching Magento U just over 2 months ago, we've held over 10 classroom courses across the world and have had over 100 students take part. Feedback from students has been positive, and our program is not only giving great value, but students are able to walk away and apply their learnings to the real-life business world. They get better, and they do so quickly. Training is strategic for Magento, and we'll keep expanding our training course offerings online, in person, and classroom-led to support the growth of the ecosystem. All the training information you need to know is available online at magento.com/training. This may be my favorite place on the tour, because this is where we're creating the future of Magento. I asked Yoav, my co-founder and CTO of Magento, to join me here to talk a little bit about his efforts and his team's efforts with Magento 2.
So hi everybody, here we have our team working on the next generation of Magento. We want to take the platform to a new level. We have a lot of goals that include clear processes and transparency when it comes to what we do. We'll open up more tools for the community to be engaged and collaborate with us when it comes to the core development. We want to improve the visibility into our progress and the code base as well. As part of our efforts, we have a lot of goals, some of which are to improve the product performance, the product quality by adding unit testing, integration testing, automated testing. We want to improve scalability, product security, and increase the coverage of web APIs. We also want to improve the multi-language support that we have in the product. We also want to simplify the customization process when it comes to customizing Magento, and the learning curve when it comes to people that are new to our platform. So thanks, Roy.
Thanks, Yoav. Here's a statistic that I'm really proud of. We have 150 developers in our engineering team, here in LA and abroad. It's the vast majority of our employees because that's the way we like it. Because at the core, at Magento, we're an R&D company dedicated to creating better open e-commerce solutions for our partners and customers. Around the world, our extremely talented engineers are working on enhancements to community, to professional and the enterprise editions of Magento, and also our Magento Go products. You'll hear more about some of our product updates a bit later in the event. As you've seen, there's a lot going on here at Magento. We're investing in the community, in our customers and partners, We're investing in support. We're investing in education, in our deployed products, as well as our SaaS and PaaS offerings. And of course, we're investing in the next generation of Magento. We're investing in all of our success. All of this activity raises a question. Can Magento do all these great things at once? Can we be successful with Go, even as we grow the enterprise business? Can Magento be the e-commerce solution for so many different classes of merchants? These are reasonable questions. After all, our competitors can't do it. They're all niche players. We believe the answer is yes. We can be the e-commerce solution for all these different segments. In fact, it's already a reality. Merchants of every size are embracing Magento. The reason we can serve such a broad range of customers goes back to our origins. A few minutes ago, I talked about the principles that guided the creation of Magento. Providing merchants with sophisticated features and flexibility, empowering the e-commerce ecosystem, embracing the broader community, and inviting developers and partners to be part of the solution. These principles have enabled all of us, together, to create solutions that are working for customers, for partners, and developers across the e-commerce spectrum. By understanding the market and tapping into your knowledge and passion, we're making Magento the e-commerce platform of choice. And we're not doing this alone, but rather with hundreds of thousands of innovative and talented people across the world like you. With your continued support, we'll keep creating and deploying these best-in-class solutions for our customers across the retail spectrum. That wraps up my segment. I want to thank you for joining me on this tour. I hope you enjoyed spending a little time in LA with us. Next time, I hope I can be there with all of you. Thank you again for all of your hard work and support. Enjoy the rest of the event. Finally, here's a word from our team. Go!
So that took us, Roy, about a half a day doing some filming around the office, but getting all the film crew, the editing crew, all that, it's Los Angeles, that part was easy. But he did want to be here, and what I'd like to do is just really quickly touch on some of the points. Sometimes it's hard to pick up in a video that Roy touched on, and he's talked about the community. We tripled the size of our moderators. We've streamlined some of the processes that we put together. Roy also touched on the launch of Magento Answers. It's out there live. It's been out there, I think, a little less than a week now, and it's in beta. So it's still got the beta blues, and but some of the information you're already starting to see it percolate out there, and we think it'll be a great tool. Developer Paradise in Ibiza, Spain, he touched on that, and we still have, for the extra hotel, we got room. So we took it grew a little bit, and so we took some more space, but I think we released the space on Friday, but if you're interested, that's good, and we're going to discuss some things we'll talk about in a second there. The support team is tripled. We hired a vice president of support. All this is new. You can't forget we've only been in the software business for really 4 years, and needed to put a support team together to fully support the enterprise product about 3 years ago. And it just has grown so quickly. So we have people around the world in Los Angeles, Argentina, Ukraine, Poland, Ireland, and we are a software company. And these are some of by far our best assets. Is 150 very, 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 very talented engineers around the world that are our employees that get up every day and think of great things to keep building with here. Roy also touched on Magento Go for our it's our platform, our on-demand platform for small and emerging companies. And we launched that maybe 6-8 weeks ago. We already have thousands of people on board Magento Go without doing any pressing into marketing. We're seeing some great results on it. The interesting thing about Magento Go is Roy touched on a couple things. He talked about possibly, or that we believe this year we'll have our first $1 billion store, a store online on Magento doing $1 billion. Today we have stores online on our enterprise product doing $2, $3, 400 million a year, we believe what we're learning on Magento Go, which is a massively scalable project, will give us things that will allow some of our largest customers around the world a lot of power to understand how to keep scaling upward. Magento 2.0, or the Go platform, Baruch will speak a lot of that at the end. He'll go over some of these products and speak in detail about a lot of these parts. He'll speak a little bit about Magento 2.0. We're going to probably give the next real insights into it at the Developer Paradise, because that's what that forum is really for. As far as Magento Enterprise, I don't know if you picked up this, we do over 100 new customers, not licenses, on Magento Enterprise, 100 new customers a month. That's more than our competitors do in an entire year today. It's not us, it's you. It's our enterprise partners, it's our gold, silver, bronze partners out there that are now doing implementations. These used to be guys in companies that were 5 people about 2-3 years ago. They're now 50 people. They used to get excited about doing 5 to 10, maybe $20,000 implementations. Now they're doing 50, 100, 250, $500,000. We have a couple million plus implementations going on for holding companies out there. The growth in the enterprise product is fantastic, and we're really proud of that. I got a couple other notes here. Billion dollar customer brands, retail. The brands and retailers, these are the type of people we're seeing. We're seeing everything from the venture-backed innovators to some of the world's greatest brands, to now we're seeing some of the world's largest retailers and e-tailers use our product. If they're not quite ready to use us for the $1 billion that they're doing online, what they're doing is saying we have no flexibility with these other products that we're doing billions of dollars on. So they're taking Magento and they're going into mobile, they're going into private sale, they're going into international, they're going anywhere where they have no ability to quickly move their behemoth battleship over here. They can take Magento, go in and have confidence that they can quickly scale and do dynamic things that they could never do before, and scale it up to hundreds of millions of dollars. We have grown our sales and channel team to support this effort to now over 25 people, up from, there were a handful of us probably about 8 months ago. So, oh, this is next one. So, Imagine e-commerce is something else that Roy touched on, and we had originally, whoop, there it is. We originally said at Imagine in February, we put it together, it was very successful as we talked about it. We thought that was a lot of fun in the middle of the adrenaline. Okay, my parallel here is a little bit like having a baby. You're all excited about having the baby, and we're like, let's do this again. We haven't had the baby yet. Let's do this again really quickly, and we had the baby, right? And as my wife tells me, you don't want to think about having another baby so quickly after you have that one. You got a little time go by. But we had said we were going to do this in the fall of this year, and it takes so much energy and time. We decided we should just do this once a year. So we're going to have Imagine again. We changed the date. We're going to have it in basically in the first quarter, in February, March of 2012. Let's see if I can get the right keys here. There it is. Magento U. So we talked about the classes going on around the globe, and they've been very successful. The uptake's been very successful. Today, as part of the awards that Guido, we're going to do a drawing here at the end, and we're going to be giving away one of our classes. It's approximately $4,000 in classes. We'll do a drawing at the end. And did I miss this? Did I miss you guys? Did you guys get edited out of here? What the heck happened? Well, come on up anyway. So, there, guys. Come on up. So I want to bring up some people. There was a slide in here. So this is Michel Goossens, who was to speak, and he heads up our European operations and sales. This is Baruch. Baruch will be on stage towards the close today. He's head of our product marketing group. Who's up next? Crystal. How do you say last name?
Hassled.
And I only say that because Crystal, when did your first day?
Today.
So this is is not unusual for us. We had a party, and my wife came to one of our holiday parties, and she's meeting people. I've been here a week, I've been here a day, I've been here a week. And this is Scott Dahlgren. Scott runs our channel and our partner programs around the world. And this is Brittany. Brittany runs our events around the world. And this is Thomas. You may know Thomas. He was been a longtime partner like Guido of ours to help put on these events. And we've asked Thomas to oversee some of our European marketing and events. So these people, you'll see them here for the next day. If you got questions, pick them all out, have a conversation with them. And let me see where else we are. So this is our vision. Google has a vision, digitize the world's information. And it's a big vision. Some visions of companies, they come up and it's a little hard to grasp. But when you get a good one, it makes a lot of sense. Be at the core of all e-commerce means. We just want Magento wherever e-commerce is happening. I say just. It's a big, big, big mission. The only way we can do it, we could never get there. We could never get there by ourselves. We can only do that by enabling everybody else's success. So we truly have created a platform, and that platform is something for our merchants and our partners and our developers to build great businesses on it. I'll say it, I've said it, I say it many times. Our partners around the world make more money on Magento and drive more success than we ever will. But that's the way we want it. That's the only way we'll ever achieve our vision. These people are all here to support all of you. We've got almost 300 people here to support all of you. We've got guys like Guido, who are passionate about this, who we absolutely adore, to support and to drive this into the community. Anyway, we all thank you very much, and we appreciate your time, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you. You were perfectly in time. Sorry. Yes, well, Bob, thank you very much. You were perfectly in time, so we still have some minutes over. Are there any questions to Bob? Maybe there are. Yes, there is one. I'm going to you. Wait a second, because I've got a microphone. Sorry.
I stand up? Oh. Well, I'm an American here living in Europe. Thank you for coming over. It's fantastic here. I would like to know, what is the average implementation time? We currently have an OS Commerce web shop. What is the average implementation time to step over to Magento?
2 days. See Michelle.
Really?
No, okay. So, well, yeah, you can pull down Magento, and if you went with somebody who knows what they're doing, and you wanted a base framework or base site, you could actually get it going very quickly. With Magento Go, if you were small enough, if you were a small and emerging company, it's a CSS HTML build with a lot of templates that are in there. You could get up and going within a couple days. If you're doing, $1 million, 2 million, 3 million, you want to put branding in it, you want to do implementations, if you want to do integrations into maybe some back-end, pick, pack, and ship, inventory, etc., a standard deal, it could take, 3 months, 4 months, 3 to 6 months? Yeah, so it's about 3 to 6 months. So, and it just depends on a lot of what you want to do. It's not that complex. I actually come from your side of the world. I spent most of my time as a customer. It's how I got to know Magento, actually, I was one of Magento's, I was an early customer of Magento and just fell in love with it. So, and the power, if you haven't seen it, somebody will show you, but it's really on the admin side. It's the ability to actually, once it's up and going, to have all those things at your fingertips. We'll talk later, but I like it as a customer. So, but that's about the right time.
Sounds extreme. I'm sitting here
Yeah.
like this right now.
It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But the implementation, that's about the right time. Yeah, 3 to 6 months. Yeah.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Okay. So where
Yeah, he's got.
yeah, you got a loud voice?
Go ahead.
What about the community version? I heard about Go, I heard about the enterprise, but not about the community version.
What would you like to know about the community version?
What's the future of it? Do you want to go with it or?
Oh, that's a great question. Do we want to go with it? We will always go with it. It has built who we are, right? It's everything you've seen, all our success out there. The community project has actually driven that for us. It's the basis of who we are. We have not spent a dime really on marketing. It has been the uptake by the individual developer and the small agencies that have adopted this and are doing some really interesting things with it. No, we absolutely love it. It's not going anywhere. In fact, as you heard Roy said, we actually talked about it. He talked about the resources that we've tripled around the community. He's talked about how we're learning things that will be deployed in the community. And he also talked about how our next major version will involve community and be launched onto it. So, no, it's very important to us. The community projects are really important to us. We haven't, it's created this uprising. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Over there. Yeah, you got a loud voice as well?
Yes.
You need a microphone.
We are currently using community,
Mm-hmm.
so why should we move to enterprise or professional?
That's great, because I like it better. Next. So actually, you know what? So I'd actually like you to spend some time with some of our guys here. Right? I mean, because this is more of a sales pitch and a conversation about scalability, feature function, and stability, and you know, like we have.
The main reason,
Yeah.
if you should pick out
Here,
one
take the
reason,
microphone because it's better.
if you should pick out one reason why I should move up to professional or
Good.
enterprise.
You know what? Without giving it a lot of thought, my answer to you would be: there is not just one reason. There's not one balanced reason. It's a balanced set of things having to do with feature functionality, scalability, success, the partners that are surrounding it, you know, your accountability, service, warranty, indemnity,
Well, why
but
not?
performance. You know, so. But you know, people like one of the reasons a lot of people are doing this also is some of the smaller. The guys that are doing $1 million, maybe $5 million a year, maybe $500,000 a year are doing it, is they have boards, they have CEOs, and at the end of the day, if it's not feature and functionality, because you don't need a lot of scale on those sides, but it's accountability. They don't want to go to their CEO when it's broken and say, he says, did you call support? They go, no. Well, I saved us $10,000. He says, well, you just lost yourself a job, right? So, you know, these are the tensions that you play off there. And everybody makes their own business decision on it, though. But this is it. So we don't really sell it. Talk to our partners and we'll kind of help you figure it out.
Okay, well, Bob, thank you again
Am I done?
very much. Yes, you're done, you're done. But still, very much thanks for coming here, and please put your hands together once time. Ja, is het nu tijd voor een korte pauze. We hebben een half uur pauze. Om 11:30 beginnen de vervolgsessies, de parallelsessies. We hebben 3 zalen voor u gereserveerd. De Bach 1-2, Bach 3-4 en nog een derde zaal. En daarbij wil ik even opmerken, vooral in het programma. Want Henk-Jan Wijmond die komt in plaats van Robert Slijms. Dat is de sessie om 3:30 van Magento Aviation Marketing. Dus daar is een verandering van de spreker. Hier staat het programma ook weer om 11:30 in deze zaal. In het programma kunt u verder lezen wat en hoe. Ik wens u een hele fijne middag.